Yo, yo, yo. What is good, everyone? Appreciate you all for being here. Let's go right into it. Boom. Boom. Hope everyone's having a good day. We already got quite a few people in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Just gotta clean my glasses real quick. There we go. Should be a lot better. My lighting is crazy blue. Crazy blue. Let's see if I can change the lighting. I don't know why it's so blue. Ooh, I got an idea. We're going to swap it around. We're going to make the blue the red. I don't know. That could hit. Alright. See that? We'll make that the blue. Alright, now it's super blue. Make the blue the red. Oh! Oh, this lighting is kind of fire. I like this. This might be the one. Yeah, like I said, hope everyone's doing well. It's the start of the weekend. You know, a lot of people are very excited. As am I. Because I get to read some peak fiction with you all here today. Which has me, you know, over the moon. I guess I'll give my expectations. I honestly don't fully know. Because obviously the last chapter ended with a crazy reveal with Shamrock. Is that going to just directly continue? I doubt it. We're probably going to see Luffy running into the giants. We're probably going to see that. So Luffy running into Bogey and I forget the other guy's name, but Bogey and the other guy who were beat up by Gunko and Shamrock. Probably some more adventures, you know, with Luffy, Zoro, Nami, and Rodo. That's what I'm kind of assuming, to be honest, because I highly doubt we're gonna have Shamrock be like immediately back. You know, that's just how I feel. Outside of that, I did mention possibilities. Robin and Saul. That was in my last chapter. Robin and Saul. If not Robin and Saul, we could see what Frankie's up to. We don't know what he's really up to because the rest are all still at that party. Robin, and Chopper is there as well with Robin, and Frankie. Those three, they're doing their own thing with Saul, Lilith, and Bonnie. So maybe we could see something with them. But I'm more leaning towards Luffy, Zoro, Nami shenanigans kind of stuff. That's my general expectations, I guess. At least for now. If I have any like thoughts where I'm like, but wait, we could do that. And before I start, I just want to say two things really quickly. One, we have a goal for the stream now, and this is going to be for all the future streams until this is fixed, because this microphone, I don't know what's up with it, but something is off. I'm just going to let you guys know. I was talking about it on a few streams at this point. I think it is the ports connecting the wire in this microphone. I think something is wrong with it, because every time I start my computer, it says USB device not recognized. And I have found a way to fix it, which is by using a hair dryer to heat up the port. I'm not joking. It's a Conair hair dryer. That's how I start this microphone. And funnily enough, some people have been saying it sounds better after I do that than it did before, which is wild to me. But, you know, it is what it is. End of the day, the microphone, we need to switch up in this microphone. So that's going to be the goal for streams going forward until we build up enough of the fun to get a new one of these, because it's wild. But with that, that. Let me see. All right, yep, everything should be set. Cool. Just wanted to get that out of the way. So if there's any audio glitches and stuff, I might have to literally heat up this microphone with a hairdryer and fix it midstream. I hope it doesn't come to that. That's also why there hasn't been many videos coming out as of late, because of audio issues. In case you were wondering why. Yeah, pretty much that. That's my general update as of late. Yeah, luckily I don't think it's happened during a stream yet, which is great. Did it happen last? No, I don't think it did. I don't think it happened last stream. But yeah, I just want to give a bit of clarity as to that. So I say it's time to get into this. Now, from what I'm hearing, this is a pretty crazy chapter. So I'm just going to ask you guys, like, is the chapter title itself a spoiler? Because I know, King Recon, he always asks the chat. So what we're going to do, we're going to ask the chat, read the title. Alright. So read the title is like, is it a spoiler? Am I going to get spoiled if I read this chapter title? Just let me know. If it's a resounding no, we're obviously going to skip it. Just wanted to make sure. Well, there are a lot of people here, which is pretty crazy. Alright. Oh, a lot of people saying no. You got people saying no now. It could hint at something. So if you think you'd guess the end from it, then don't. Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm leaning towards no, because a lot of people are saying don't read it. So we're just going to not read it. I'm going to block my screen as much as possible. Is the cover chapter title on like the cover page? Or is there like a color spread or something like that? Because if it's in the first page, I'm obviously going to see it. Just want to make sure. Alright. Alright, it seems like it's on the cut. Okay, I didn't read the title, but I see my man. Alright, he looks kind of cold right now. Hold up, okay. I do not see the title, which is great. I just immediately straight down. So we got a normal colors page. And I guess we're straight into it. We're straight into it. One Piece chapter 1138. I don't know what it's called. We got Who's Who looking like a player. I mean, obviously, I think we all assumed this is Who's Who's base because of the helmet on the outside. But Who's Who? He looks kind of cold. I like these cat men in the back, the lion guy and the like, I don't even know. Is he like a leopard guy with the hat? And he looks cold. He's got a bunch of people who are at the cat cafe and some what were they called? Hiyori's like job. They look exactly like Hiyori and Robin did. Whatever. They look like that. Alright. This base belongs to Who's Who. He looks cool. Now, don't get me wrong. Is he going to get bodied in, like, chapters? Yes, he will. He will get bodied. But we move. Okay. All right. We're so back. These people thought, and by these people I mean no one, that Loki was gonna die. Never. Alright. The aftermath of Loki's defiance. He's breathing heavily. These chains are so highly, like, the line art is so thick. I love it. I love it. Ooh. Yeah, this is a great panel of Loki here. The snow, the different kind of shading on his horns, the chains. So much depth in the line art. You're the spitting image of red-haired Shanks. Did you really think I'd just write that off as a coincidence? It's so bizarre that, like, Loki can see them, but his eyes are bandaged shut. That's so interesting to me. How he knows that. He just knows that he looks exactly like Shanks, even though he literally can't see him. I don't want to. I'm not trying to make this a power scaling thing. I'm not trying to make this a power scaling thing at all. But his observation must be unreal. It truly must be, like, next level. Because we saw Fujitora, and Fujitora could see, like, auras and stuff. He could see, like, kind of the colors of people and stuff like that. Loki is literally seeing, like, exactly what he looks like. That's so interesting to me. That's so interesting. Did you really think I'd just write that off as a coincidence? And then he just got silence. Silence. Mind your own business. That matter has nothing to do with you. You're not wrong, but a great pirate and a celestial dragon, they're polar opposites. You can't blame me for being curious. Anyone would find it strange that you two shared the same face. Bro, oh my god. Bro, alright, we move. The pirate you're referring to is my younger twin. He went astray. At one point, he did not return to the Holy Land, but it seems he grew too attached to this filthy world of the surface. Okay, so he's even a twin too. It's okay. Okay. Let's put that aside. Let's put that aside for now. Let's think. The pirate you're referring to is my younger twin. He went astray. This is interesting. He went astray. It's interesting because we know that Shanks was found as a literal infant by Roger. Literally an infant, right? So, this story that Shamrock is saying is obviously not true. Obviously. Because, like, hold on. Yeah, because went astray is like, oh, he went down the wrong path. You know what I mean? That's something you say for someone who's like a good guy than a bad guy or something like that. You know what I mean? That's so him saying he went astray to me immediately is interesting. What's even more interesting is this here. At one point, he did return to the Holy Land, but it seems he grew too attached to the filthy world of the surface. What is that? That's cool. That's cool. Now does this mean that this here, at one point he did return to the Holy Land, but it seems he grew too attached to the filthy world of the surface? Is that the 907 chapter? Is that what Oda's possibly implying here? Or did Shanks even go, like, before that? Was he possibly, like, after Roger's... Ooh! Hear me out. After Roger's execution, possibly? Who knows? Like, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. He returned? I see. It's funny how I ended up hating both of you brothers. And I thought my grudge couldn't get any worse. What a family. You bastards. When I get out of these chains, you know what I'll do, right? I'll make it my mission to make sure my buddies are avenged. No, there's no way. There's no way that this is that to make sure my buddies are avenged. He's so cute. He's so cute. I love it. And all these little animals, all these little animal guys, and he's calling them his buddies. Like, this is... How can the Giants think he's evil? He's calling his animal friends his buddies. To make sure my buddies are avenged. Was that supposed to be a threat? Captain, you don't have to. I know. He isn't worth getting my hands dirty over. Isn't that right? Cerberus? No way. Wait, what? Bro! Bro! Okay, this is huge. So this is huge. Oh, this is so cool. Okay. Okay, guys, let's pause the music real quick. Guys, I have been waiting for the Cerberus to be in One Piece for years. Years, bro. And this is so... There's so much packed here. There's so much packed here. That, of course, you know, it's another demon monster. You know, a demonic creature, Cerberus. And this is a God Knight using it. And it's not said... It doesn't say devil fruit. It just says Cerberus, straight up. It just says Cerberus. And when Cerberus appears, it's out of, like... Alright, one, he definitely has, like, a black blade. He definitely has a black blade. And it's like again, you know, it's inky. It's like an inky, goopy creature that forms into a Cerberus. Which is really interesting. Because the first time we saw a Cerberus in One Piece was in Thriller Bark, which has the connection with the shadows, which obviously has the connection with Moria's powers, which is obviously very similar to Emu's powers with like the shape shifting and stuff like that. This is cool. This is really, really cool. This is really cool. So I'm going to end this poll. Let me end this poll real quick, because obviously we're on the chapter now. This is cool. This Cerberus thing is sick. It's huge as well. Cerberus. What the hell is that? The Cerberus is a sword. Because right out of the mouth, a blade. It's my biting blade. Bro, it's a sword. What's with this creepy thing? Bro, it's not just a sword. It's like a saw. Because the collar on his neck is spinning like a saw. Bro, what is going on? Huh? Huh? Captain, let's clean up here and move on. Scramble. Alright, so he says scramble. What happens? Is he saying... Oh. I see. I see what's up. He's saying scramble like a scramble missile. So it's... Oh, that's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. So it's like a scramble missile. That's so cool. So that's really cool because... So I got two thoughts. One, I see someone in the chat says, it's awakened. It is awakened. Well, I don't think it's awakened. I think it's just a demon creature thing. But it does have the awakening cloud. That is something I want to bring up. But this is interesting. First off, this is so crazy. It's a sword Cerberus scramble missile thing. Very cool. Very, very cool. And so in this panel here, Cerberus roughs, but then there's these like things launching. I think it's the heads themselves are decapitating and launching off. And the reason I think this is interesting is because it almost is like a parallel to how the Beast Pirates dinosaur Zoans were, like with Queen, because obviously the Brontosaurus in real life couldn't shoot itself out like a missile. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. And the Triceratops couldn't turn its head like a helicopter. But that's, like, both of those abilities are in this. And so that makes me think, are the demons in this depiction of this demon essentially just like what people imagine the demons were capable of as well? That would be cool. One thing I want to check immediately, real quick. Cerberus Thriller Bark. I'm just checking this real quick. I knew it. On the Cerberus and Thriller Bark, they have collars, obviously, but it's not just that. It's the fact that there's like bandages around the neck of the Cerberus. To me, that makes me think that the people in the One Piece world, like their depiction of a Cerberus, always has something wrong with its neck. So maybe that implies that when they think of a Cerberus, they think it could do some crazy like missile shit. That's so interesting. Okay. So Gunko's making something. I don't know what it is. And the Cerberus heads, I assume, are launching. They are launching. Heal. Okay, so scramble. Dude, this is wild. This is wild. So Cerberus, and it has different attacks. Biting blade. That's so raw. Scramble, and then shoots out missiles, which is awesome. And then heal is like a call back thing. Cool. Also, Gunko's making like a plane. Oh, this is fire. Feel free to hunt me down anytime. I'll face you then, assuming you survive this. Okay. That was hype. I assume this chapter's got to be... Well, see, now I don't know. I was going to say, this chapter might be called Cerberus, but I don't even know. We're not even halfway done the chapter, I think. Because that was what? Like, how many pages was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That was only 6 pages. Dude, that was crazy. So, yeah, no, this ability, awesome. Super cool. Obviously, you know, I mentioned the Cerberus thing, so this is interesting though, because I've been on the agenda, like Blackbeard, well, not agenda, it's a theory, the Blackbeard Cerberus theory. I've been a fan of this thing for years. So seeing Cerberus is like, oh, so Blackbeard's not gonna be Cerberus unless he somehow takes Cerberus out of this, like if that's it. But like it seems like no. It seems like Blackbeard's not going to get Cerberus. I mean, it would be kind of cool, though. Because, you know, speculating. If Blackbeard doesn't have his third fruit yet, because obviously there are people who assume he already has a third fruit, but let's just say he doesn't. Is he going to take this one from Shamrock, which is cool, because Shamrock is obviously like Shanks. That could be interesting. Now, this ability is so cool, though. It's a very cool ability. Very cool. Okay. Oh, hold on. Double page spread. Double page spread. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god. So they're launching and then they're flying back. They're flying back. No way. If that thing gets me, what's going to happen? If that thing gets you, what, Loki? Those celestial bastards. And he gets stabbed. This panel is crazy. Damn it all. Insane panel. Insane panel of Loki here. Damn it all. It's almost like he's screaming and smiling at the same time here, which is cool. Oh my god. Is that supposed to be like blood splattering in this bottom right here? Total subjugate. Oh my god. Excuse me. Oh my god. Total subjugation isn't feasible now. Let's start by taking their children hostage. We'll need an extra person. Understood. Who shall I call? Okay. We'll need an extra person. Another God Knight? Or someone else? Interesting. Alright, we're in the castle. This is what I expected. Luffy, okay. I'm telling you, it was red-haired liar. Shanks would never attack for no reason. It's the truth. I saw him with my own eyes. Red Hair has visited Elbaf many times. I recognized him. But I know Shanks. He's a super cool guy. Maybe it was just someone who looked like him? It was shocking. We were wondering what he was doing in the castle. He just left Elbaf recently, right? Wouldn't it be weird for him to come right back just to skulk around? Even if you're telling the truth, there's no way it could be Shanks. Shanks is always calm and laid back. Him doing something like this just doesn't add up. You really have faith in him, huh? You betcha, Nami. It'd tick you off just as much if someone badmouthed Telmare. Telmare's crazy. It's Belmare. So it was a lookalike? That, or a brother, maybe. Shanks' brother? Well, if he has one, he'd probably be a nice guy, too. Oh, no. Oh, no. But honestly, he never talked about his family. I heard that he was raised on a pirate ship from when he was little. Okay. Okay. So this is interesting. That's interesting. So obviously we're cutting. He never talked about his family. I heard he was raised on a pirate ship from when he was little, and then we cut to the guy with the hat. You know, and obviously the guy with the hat, he talked to Crocus. People are speculating it's the same guy. I figure Roger and Rayleigh were his real family. Their whole crew, except for Buggy. So we're cutting away to this guy. All right. I like this. That's a cool little drop. So obviously, you know, this feeds heavy into the Scopper is this guy theory. Cool. Okay. Cool. Frankie's. Oh, we're seeing Frankie too. Wow. This is a great chapter. Everything I wanted. And Cerberus. Amazing. Frankie's group, the Treasure Tree Atom. Unbelievable. Atom wood as far as the eye can see. And I thought it was meant to be rare. Wow. I had no idea it was so valuable overseas. Who's he talking to? Oh, Ripley. Okay. Maybe I should start selling some on the side. Weren't you sent here to keep an eye on me? Saul seemed pretty strict about it. He was all like, "It's a sacred tree, bucko. Don't go cutting it down now, you hear?" You sound just like him. Still, I guess stealing from under the noses of giants is a tall order. Maybe that explains the markup. What's that? It's a mural. Okay, we got a Elbaf mural. This is about to be some world history crap. Nah, this is about to be crazy. Nah, this is going to be crazy. They're so casually dropping it that it's got to be insane. Okay. It's graffiti from eons ago. Some kid. Oh, you know what? I just realized I didn't put the music back on, but screw it. We're still here. We're still here. The music, we're staying off. We're locked in. It's graffiti from eons ago. Some kids probably etched right into the bark and it got fossilized. It's now designated as a cultural heritage site thanks to its enormous historical value. Is a punk's doodle that big a deal? It's said to date back somewhere between 900 and 800 years ago. If that's true. Oh my god. And the whole bro. Okay, this is really crazy. Okay. Here we go. Then that would place it right in the middle of the void century. What? We gotta show Robin. She'll be thrilled. Hey, ain't this drawing kind of odd for old Elbaf? Not all the figures look like giants. Quite. As far as we know, there were definitely times where the races of the world clashed. But this kind of cooperation is unheard of. Alright, what's going on, bruh? Alright, it's time to lock in, because we're seeing some drawings here. That's Poseidon. So one of these two is Pluton and Uranus. Well, both, obviously. But that's Poseidon for sure, because it's a mermaid princess. What are these two supposed to be? This one kind of looks like Emeth to me. But it also could easily be Pluton, because it has this... I don't know. So Uranus and Pluton are these two. And that's Poseidon. That's clearly Poseidon. Okay? I haven't even turned the page. I assume we're going to see this mural. I assume we're going to see it. I'm still on, but this kind of cooperation is unheard of. I'm still on these three right here. That's Poseidon and Uranus and Pluton, one of the two. If it were me, I think Pluton is probably this one in the middle here, because it looks more attack-oriented with the horns. And Uranus is this thing at the end, with like a sword, I guess? Interesting. Okay. But this kind of cooperation is unheard of. That's why I think it was probably just some kid's dream. That's interesting. The way she's viewing it as like kids hoping for the future. That's very interesting. I like that. That's powerful. And you know why I like this? So this is a good chapter, obviously. But I think what makes this a very good chapter is because of this here. What is the first thing Shamrock says after he's like, oh, we can't take over. How are we going to destroy this place? Let's start by taking their children hostage. That is their first move. And you know why? Because he's destroying their hope for the future. That is his goal here. And this is a great through line with what Ripley is saying here, because she views this thing about the world cooperating as a kid's dream. Like they see so much potential for the world because they're not jaded by it. Very, very cool. That's why I think it was probably just some kid's dream. And look, now we're cutting back to the school. Perfect. Class is in session, everyone. Listen up. Seeing Anj, seeing Colin. Actually, is this Colin? I don't know. But the kids at school. But, good vibes. Owl Library. So this is the Harley. Oh my god. We're getting this? Wait, is this the mural? The mural is unrelated to this then, probably. Dude. So this is the Harley. Yep. This pretty tome here preserved many of the rich myths and legends of Elbaf, although it spawned countless interpretations too. Whoa, it's so big and old. Giant dust, because he's patting it and it's all dusty. Okay. I'm seeing some. I'm not seeing. I'm sensing. We got to see either this mural or the Harley text, which is definitely what Robin is talking about here. Or is the mural the text? I think it's probably one the same, because we're like getting both these things introduced at the same time. Okay, this is wild. All right, let's go. That's why all the warriors of Elbaf believe in very different versions of the sun god. Ain't that the funniest thing you ever heard? May I read it? Of course, Dereshishi. The narrative is split into 3 distinct sections. It's said that the third world refers to the present day, meaning it's a type of prophecy. Mind you, legends of Nika have spread silently all over the world. The only thing they all have in common is that he appears with a booming laugh to this beat. Dun 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 dun. There we go. I'll read aloud then. The first world, the earth burned in the endless flame, and in the hearts of men. Oh, bro, what is about to happen? We got a double page spread. Bro. Alright. I'm gonna hide. I'm going to hide so much of this. Oh, bro. It's like divided into 3. We're gonna see the 3 worlds. The first world. Okay. Bro. Alright. The first world. This is a paragraph we're getting right now. The earth burned in endless flame, and in the hearts of men burned with desire. Okay. From whispered prayers the sun god rose, beckoned by the enslaved who reached for the forbidden star. The god of the land was enraged. With a serpent of fire they cast the world into ruin. Darkness fell. Death reigned. They would not meet again. Interesting. Okay, so oh my god, this thing is huge. All right. The picture I'm looking at. Oh. Okay. So. Should I read it first and then look at the thing and then because what Oda's doing here is he's showing the mural as well as the book at the same time. So the mural is obviously meant to depict what's in this book. Okay. Should I read it first? Because I'm looking at like in thirds. I think I'm going to read it all first and then look at the mural itself. That's what I'm thinking here. The first world, I just read that. The second world, here we go. The second world. A breath stirred in the abyss. The god of the forest wove their magic, nurturing its devil fruits. Holy fuck. While the sun lit the embers of war. Those of the half-moon and full moons dreamed. Yet the ones who slew the sun deified themselves, evoking the wrath of the sea god. They would not meet again. So the second world, this is talking about the Void Century. This has got to be about the Void Century. Because, think about it like that. Like, the ones who slew the sun deified themselves. That's the Celestial Dragons. That's the Celestial Dragons right there. And they're talking about this. The god of the forest wove their magic, nurturing its devils. That's devil fruits. Bro, what? And now they're talking about, like, sea god, forest god, sun god. Like, this is all, like, Skypiea stuff. This is why. Well, no, the rain god, all that. All right. The third world. Chaos reigns. The world drifts in a void, yet time does not erase the memory of that promised day. Its shadow looms as the voice of the half-moon echoes through the ages, and once more, the sun god shall rise, laughing, dancing, guiding the world to its final act. The sun is reborn, a new dawn will break. Surely, this time, they will meet. Okay. So that's obviously Luffy. The third world stuff is like Luffy will defeat the world government. Interesting, though. And the half moon. The half moon that's the will of D. That's the half moon. That's gotta be that. Bro, this is crazy. This is wild. Okay, so. All right, now I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking. The half moon is the will of D. I'm now sold on this completely. And that's such a great thing because you think the D stands for something. It stands for nothing. It's just a half moon symbol. That's it. To me, that's it. It could stand for something. Obviously, it easily could. But I'm completely sold. This half moon people are the people of the will of D. It has to be that. Because look, the half moon echoes through the ages. And why else would the Celestial Dragons hate the will of D so much? Because it's these half moon people. Does that then mean the ones who slew the sun are the full moon? Because think about it. When the moon is in the sky, the moon completely covers up the sun. So that the full moon is probably the Celestial Dragons. And the half moon is the will of D. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, this is crazy. All right, this is crazy. I'm going to look at the mural now. I saw some weird snake creature on the left. I mean, the right, with the first world. All right. So I'm looking at the mural now. All right, this is wild. So we're seeing Frankie in the middle here. See Frankie in the middle. All right, this is cool. So on the right here, we're gonna go by this beat by beat, obviously. We have a snake-like creature, right? We got a snake-like creature, like a dragon, possibly. Interesting. We got that. It kind of looks like maybe like a snake from Skypiea or a dragon, because it's breathing fire, this creature here on the right. It's really interesting though, because there's like buildings and like machinery, so this could easily be the automata from the moon. It could be them. Could easily be them. We even see the moon right here in the shot. So that's interesting. And so we have a dragon-looking dragon and a snake thing, both breathing fire at each other, which to me implies they're clashing, or they clashed in the past. The automata stuff. There's a king. This is the Arc Maxim. This is all of this dragon to the right is about like Enel stuff, which is interesting. There's also like Noah's Ark here with the pears climbing up with this ark. And that's probably because of the flood. On because Vegapunk said the world flooded already. And so the king of the world here, that's Emu. Right? Oh, this is wild, though. Okay, so this first half of the tree, the right side, where it discusses the first world and the second world, that is all the past. To the left is the present. This is where it gets really interesting, because I'm seeing some very obvious things here. One, that's Emeth. it wasn't Pluton, that's Emeth, right? I'm seeing some crazy shit. Because obviously that's Luffy, that's Emu. That's Luffy and Emu. Emu looks like the dragon on this middle here, which is interesting. Emu is probably this dragon here on the top. Because of the horns, the wings in the back, maybe that's Emu's form. And it would be pretty perfect if Emu's form is a dragon. I mean, he's the leader of the world government, the celestial dragons. Like, that would be really cool. And this is probably a hybrid form of Emu. Okay. Let's forget about that real quick. Luffy and Emu. We already can assume that those are them. It could be Blackbeard as well. It easily could. But let's just assume it's Emu. Because Blackbeard could take Emu's fruit and then become this form. Right? Alright. So we have Luffy here. Luffy and Emu. Could be Joy Boy, but obviously, if it's a prophecy of what's to come with this third world, it could be the present. Because think about it. That's Shirahoshi. We're seeing a lot of characters that we know here. These are the people of Wano. There's Tontadas here. Tontadas, Shirahoshi. We have the Tontadas, Shirahoshi. That's the Minks. I think these are Alabasta. This one with the, it's a boat with like a sun logo. I think that's Alabasta and Wano, which is cool because they obviously had a connection with Pluton. That looks like Laboon to me. Unless Uranus is a sky whale, that's Laboon, which is going to be epic. That's Lunarians. This I don't know. Is that just another mink? That could just be another mink. And we obviously, that's Loki. That's Loki and Luffy. And Emeth. We have Emeth. Bro, this is fucking crazy. Some of these other people I don't recognize, though. Does anyone have ideas for these bottom 4 ships to the left of Frankie? Does anyone have any ideas on them? Sulong Mink? That's a good point. It'll be a Sulong Mink. Sulong Mink for sure. I like that. I like Sulong Mink and Mink because this is obviously a giant as well. So it's giants, but it's not just giants. Like, this is Loki. This is easily Loki, right? Loki and Luffy are going to work together, defeating Emu. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. If anyone has any ideas on these bottom ships, let me know. I'm assuming that the ship below Emu is either like the Gorosei or the God's Knights or something. Because, like, there's one ship going against them all. Maybe it's like the false D, Will of D people. Maybe. Even then, I don't know. I'm incredibly surprised Zunisha is not here. I'm incredibly surprised about that. I feel like that's a very obvious one for like a prophetic image like this. But this is wild. This is wild. So we have, who are the people on top of Laboon? That's something. That's something to bring up. I think, hard read. There's a ship on the very bottom, but it's charred black. Is that the man marked by flames? It could be the man marked by flames. One of them on the boat by Frankie is a fishman. Does Jirahoshi's brother have a similar looking thin thing that wraps around? You might be right. You might be right. Zunisha is the outline for the area Noah is in? Where? Oh my god! Wait. Zunisha is the outline for the area Noah is in. I don't see it. I get what you're saying with the trunk at the top, but I don't see it. I don't see it fully. Yeah, I don't fully see the Zunisha thing. I see the vision with like the thing curving at the top, but that could be the front of a ship because of the two oars right next to it. I like the concept though. I that's fun. That's fun. That's really fun. It's interesting that there are animals going into the Noah. I agree. I agree. Because the animals going into the Ark, obviously, that's obviously what Noah's Ark was, in Christian, mythology, all that. So that's very interesting. And that implies that the world was obviously destroyed in the past, and then they needed the ark to save people from the flood, which makes it especially interesting that the ark is now at the bottom of the ocean and would be used to bring the fishmen up from the ocean. Really interesting. Really interesting. Okay, so I like the fishman idea. I'm more on that than before. This is wild. Oh, I like that. I like that. Sumit? Obviously, let me know if I'm pronouncing right. The theory is that the first world, the ancient kingdom tried to get the forbidden star / energy source, which what the people in the right are mining / harvesting. Harnessing. That's interesting because look, if you see on the bottom here, the bottom of the mural, it's like a mine shaft going down into the planet and then bringing out this energy. That could be the mother flame. That could be the mother flame, and that could be what fired up these factories, which it seems is like a never-ending cycle. It's a never-ending cycle. Because you see here, the reason that these automata are made, which is really interesting because they have angel-like halos on top of them. That's really interesting. That these are like, why do they have halos on top of them? And then they sink down and they don't have halos anymore. And like, dude, the machinery. Like, these are like smokestacks and like gears and stuff. Like, One Piece is not a very technological world, at the end of the day. There are obviously some very, very, very crazy things that happen, but we got to remember all the stuff that we saw with Vegapunk was like ancient technology. So this stuff was probably even more advanced than what Vegapunk had. Crazy. See, and I'm seeing like an angel here as well. Like, what do they mean? Like, they obviously could mean Skypiea. But, like, then the angel halos on these guys. What's going on? This is really interesting. So we have Who's this fish under Shirahoshi? Who's this big old fish? Because Laboon's up there. Who's the big fish, though? Big fish. Wait. Okay, this might sound like a reach, but do we think that the fish under Shirahoshi is Kaido? Are we thinking that? Because Kaido has the fish fruit. Kaido could I do not doubt for a second that Kaido could help Luffy in the final war. I do not doubt that for a second. Kaido's goal was to find Joy Boy. That was literally his goal. I could easily see Kaido being this fish under Shirahoshi. Thoughts on that idea? The dragon on the right. The dragon on the right. It's not a... That can't be a dragon, man. It's got to be like... It said something like a serpent. The god of the land was enraged with a serpent of fire. Serpent of fire. Serpent of fire. That could be the red line, obviously. You know, many people have had the idea that the red line is like a snake forever. Hearts of men burned with desire. That could be the inspiration for devil fruits. Could you imagine showing someone this 5 years ago? Let alone, like, I obviously could have done a bigger jump in time, but like, this is wild. This is wild. Oh, the fish are sea kings? That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, the fish are definitely sea kings. The fish is definitely representing the sea kings. That's a great point. Yeah. No, this is cool. This is very cool. I know without a doubt. Do you know how hard it would be to have like a recreation of this mural? You know how fire that would go? Like, oh my god. The snake thing is so interesting on the right. Because to me, I thought it was almost like Jupiter's form with the worm. That's what it reminded me of at first, but now I'm thinking it's got to be so much more. But this dragon in the middle and Emu, they've got to be the same person. They've got to be the same person. I'm so locked in on this idea. And the half moon thing, that's got to be huge for the Will of Day. That's huge. This genuinely, like, this is one of the most important chapters of the series. Genuinely. Not only was it really good, like, genuinely, like, bar this, forget this insane page, right? Just forget all of this that we just spent probably a half an hour talking about. Forget all of that. Even without that, this is still a very good chapter because the through line of hope for the future and kids. And now we have to set up with this guy possibly being Scopper, relating to Shanks' family. The amazing reveal of the Cerberus. I'm not going to say fruit because it didn't say fruit, but Cerberus is in Shamrock's sword, which is so raw, so ridiculously cool. It's very interesting, by the way, that Shamrock does not have a fruit. He does not have a fruit. So that even gives me the impression that maybe Garling has a monster already and might not get a form. He might not get a form. He probably will, but he might not. He probably has a monster if he's the captain of the God's Knights. And Shamrock has a monster, seemingly. Very cool. Very, very cool. Wow. Wow. Insane. I'm definitely leaning towards the fishman idea on this boat down here. These three other boats, I'm not certain though. I do like the idea of this very charred black boat being the man marked by flames. I like that. These other two boats, I'm not certain though. His sword is a fruit. No, I don't think his sword has a fruit. I think his sword just has Cerberus, or Cerberus is his sword or something. Because it doesn't say fruit. It doesn't say it. It's the exact same way it showed the Gorisei's forms. It did not say that they were fruits. So I'm leaning towards the sword is just Cerberus or something. Right? Garling was Supreme Commander? What do you mean? I thought Garling was the head of the God's Knights. Is Shamrock not the head of the God's Knights? I thought that was kind of the impression. That Shamrock took Garling's position. So it was MS. This is so interesting to me that they're still not really showing what Pluton and Uranus are fully. That's so interesting. The stuff on the right is so crazy though. They had full-on skyscrapers and like machines and factories and all this crazy stuff. Shanks' sword is Griffin, I'm fairly certain. Fairly certain that's what it's called. This is wild. This is wild. Yeah, Keelian, I completely agree. I completely agree. I think Shamrock's sword is give. So I'm, in case people don't know this, I'm a very, very strong advocate of Emu having an ink like ability, right? And Emu is able to create these demonic monsters essentially and turn people into them essentially. It's like a deal with the devil, like I'm gonna make you strong, but I can take your life away. And we obviously saw that with Saturn, because Saturn was insta-killed, right? I think that Shamrock's sword was given that same thing. Cerberus is in the sword, which is honestly probably galactic brain from Shamrock, because he might not get affected if it's just on a sword, but he could still get affected. I don't know. It's interesting though. It's very interesting. We're gonna read this again. I just want to read this again. The earth burned in endless flame, and in the hearts of men burned with desire. From whispered prayers, the sun god rose, beckoned by the enslaved who reached for the forbidden star. The enslaved who reach for the forbidden star are definitely these people who are forced to go down into these depths and get the stuff out. That's definitely the slaves. But they're feeding something. They're feeding this like snake creature. They're feeding this snake creature. The god of the land was enraged. With a serpent of fire, they cast the world into ruin. Darkness fell, death reigned, they would not meet again. Okay, so. Oh, Keelan cooking. Serpent's got a similar marking tattoo to dragon. You're so right. You're so right. That's huge. That's huge. This could be dragon's devil fruit. This could be dragon's devil fruit. And think about it. This thing, because I'm assuming this thing in the middle here is Emu's, like, Zoan, whatever, form. Emu can transform into this. And that's like the most animalistic form, right? And if this is dragon's form, that's sick. That's pretty sick. Serpent also has the X. And you guys know the X is important. A breath stirred in the abyss. The god of the forest wove their magic, nurturing its devils, while the sun lit the embers of war. Those of the half-moon and full moons dreamed, yet the one who slew the sun deified themselves. Evoking the wrath of the sea god, they would not meet again. Alright. A breath stirred in the abyss. I'm so curious what that means. Do you guys think the breath that stirred in the abyss is the Adam tree? Because Adam was like the first thing created by God in Christian, mythology and stuff. Is that what it is? Because they're showing the Yggdrasil tree, which is the Adam tree, it seems. Is that what they're implying? So this is like, it's not just a world creation myth, it's also an Elbaf creation myth at the same time. And if that's the case, then this dragon here, which again, I think maybe Emu. Oh, this is so crazy. This is so crazy. Okay. Chaos reigns, the world drifts in a void, yet time does not erase the memory of the promised day. Its shadow looms as the voice of the half-moon echoes through the ages. And once more the sun god shall rise, laughing, dancing, guiding the world to its final act. The sun is reborn. A new dawn will break. Surely, this time, they will meet. Okay. Keelan, you are a master chef right now. You've had 3 amazingly good takes. Could the slaves be feeding the serpent offerings of energy similar to the sacrifices we saw in Skypiea? I love that. Because I remember mentioning earlier, I was like, this thing kind of looks like Nola to me, who is obviously the snake in Skypiea. Skypiea was also obviously when we learned about the sun god's like name existing, and Skypiea is also with Enel. Enel is seemingly connected to a lot of this stuff. The moon, the Ark Maxim, which looks like this thing in the sky up here. Like this is pretty crazy. The moon up here, the automata, I would assume. Those lights might be souls. I agree. Duran Ross. I think Well, obviously, Emu on the left here is holding like a sun, but the sun could also be like the mother flame. Um, it could be representative of so many things. So many things. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, right? There's got to be. There's so much here. I feel like I'm like. My brain is going so fast. Like, I can't believe it. I'm thinking. This stuff with the smokestacks is crazy. Do you know how crazy it would be if Drum Island is revealed to be one of these smokestack things? How crazy would that be? Like, now I'm just thinking, like, they're probably so deep underground anyway. They're probably so deep under the water. Because this is obviously the first world, and we know about the flood. So all that stuff's probably crazy underwater. I'm kind of like stun locked here, guys. I keep thinking, and I'm just like, I'm not like zoning out essentially, but I'm just so locked in that I'm like, how is this a real thing we're looking at? Essentially, is what I'm thinking. Is Has it been like 5 weeks in a row with a chapter? Because next week there's going to be a chapter. It seems it doesn't say. It doesn't say there's a break next week. Is there a break next week? There's no way that he's just dropping this and we're getting a chapter next week. There's no way. There's no way, bro. We are getting a chapter next week? Bro. This dude is on a monster tear. What is going on? This dude does not miss, man. 4 chapter in a row since 2022? That's crazy. No break when I would actually appreciate one this time. Yeah, I'm in disbelief. That there is not a break after this. This is insane. Wow. This is a gorgeous page. I'm so curious if Frankie is hiding something on this mural. Like, because Frankie is placed right here, conveniently, in front of this center of this tree, I think Frankie might be hiding something. I don't know about you guys. It seems intentional in a way. I'm thinking Loki is going to get free soon. Imagine Loki is free and then we go on break. Yeah, Loki is dead though, surely. This is One Piece. If Loki dies, again, I will vastly, vastly be like, Oda, you got this. You got this, you know? I hope we get Robin's interpretation of the Harley next chapter. That'd be cool. I feel like next chapter will probably be this, the reveal of this guy. I think the reveal of the guy is gonna be the ending of the next chapter. The guy who may or may not be Scott or Gabob. I feel like that's the ender, and then he'll go and break. Because that would be a pretty crazy reveal, if this guy is Scopper or whoever. I mean, I'm more locked in on Scopper than ever because of this line right here. But honestly, he never talked about his family. I heard that he was raised on a pirate ship from when he was little. I figure Roger and Rayleigh were his real family. I mean, they are. Dude, this though is crazy. This line here from Shamrock. Where was it? At one point, he did return to the Holy Land, but it seems he grew too attached to the filthy world of the surface. Dude, what is that? What is he talking about there? Is it the 907? Is it before? Is it after Roger's execution? Like, there's so much there. It's so packed. Oh no. Very interesting. The panel of Ripley saying, I think it's just a kid's dream, moved me so much. Definitely thematically relevant to Luffy and Roger's dream. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. I was mentioning earlier in the stream that I feel like Shamrock's specific intention on capturing children is meant to showcase how important what Ripley said is. Because Ripley views children as like the most hopeful people, the ones who can see the most potential in the world. And Shamrock, I think, knows that. I think Shamrock obviously can tell how important children are. And this is One Piece. I mean, the past, like, all of post-time skip, I think there's been a child in an arc who's had a majorly important, emotional, resonating storyline. I think every single arc post-time skip has had one. Like, I'm fairly certain. It's wild. So I definitely think that was intentional. The parallel with Ripley and Shamrock, and I agree. No, Ripley's quote I thought was very powerful. And I agree. I feel like Luffy's dream is something very, not immature, but like very, very pure, Frankie looks just like Emmett in that picture. He does. A great call out. I still think he's hiding something. I think Frankie is in front of a part of the mural. Like, obviously he's in front of it, but I think he's specifically there because something is in the center of this tree or something. That's what I think. That'd be a good reveal. Kev, do you personally think Loki's death will spark the final war / Ragnarok, like how Balder's death in Mythos is what does it? Well, to be blunt, I don't think Loki's dead. Oda, as much as we love Oda, I do not trust him for a second, whether a character dies or not. For a single second. Like, there's a reason none of us thought Ashura Doji died in Wano. There's a reason. There's a reason none of us thought Izo died in Wano. I do not believe Loki, who is supposedly the king of Elbaf, is dying this fast. I do not believe this. This is so crazy. This is so wild. This is so wild. Yeah, Oda and fake out deaths. It really is that. Like, I am so jaded to the point where Loki could literally get his head cut off, and I would still believe he could come back. It's that level. Because after that Kinemon crap, bro, like, anything. Anyone can come back. Anyone. Oh, amazing call. Do you think the angel next to Noah is a Klabauterman? That is an amazing call. I love it. Even, I didn't think about it at first. Now, I want it to be the case. I like that. I like that a lot, Doron. You're cooking there. I'm a big fan of that idea. Ace home soon. See, if Ace comes back, or Whitebeard, it's over. It's over. Or Roger, heaven forbid, Roger comes back. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. The issue with that, though, is then there's no Sky people. Yeah, that's true. The angel person could be like a Skypean of some kind, and that would obviously connect with the machinery, the moon, the Arc Maxim. Like, all of it connects really well if it's a Skypean. Because then we have a Lunarian on the left side here, which is cool. Oh, this is so crazy. This is so crazy. You know, it's stuff like this, man. It's stuff like this that makes One Piece so good. So good. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Ace is coming back, and he's bringing his best friends, Pedro, Pound, and Corazon. Oh. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, I'm a bit stunned. You know, like I said, I'm a bit stunned. Who said it? Who said dragon and the snake? Who said that? That was a very, very good Keelian with the dragon thing. I think that I believe that. I believe that. This chapter gave me 3 things I'm now very certain of. That this oh my god. The snake here is connected to dragon. This snake here is connected to dragon. The half moon is inherently connected to the Will of D. If not the Will of D, is this half moon group. And like the god of the forest nurturing its devil fruits, like all of that. I'm sold. I'm sold. A breath stirred in the abyss. To me, again, that could be the Adam tree. Because Adam was the first thing God created in Christian mythology. I think that could easily be the case as well. That would be crazy. And that would be huge. Because that then goes to my personal theory that the Adam tree is where devil fruits came from. And if this, Elbaf is the tree where devil fruits came from, then the heaven realm having devil fruits, that'd be crazy. That'd be a crazy reveal. Because my concept for how devil fruits stopped existing, essentially, was because the tree grew so tall that it couldn't grow any more devil fruits. Like, it grew so high it went to, like, space or something. And that could obviously connect to the moon and all that. You guys know how it is. Alright. But, guys, it's been a fantastic stream. Fantastic. I could talk about this for hours. And I think we all could, to be fair. Because this is pretty crazy. To be blunt, this is pretty crazy. How is there no break next week? How? Literally how? I can't, like, I'm not going to shade right now. I literally cannot think of a way you can top this as an ending for next week. Unless next week it's Scopper. Like, that's the only thing I could think of. That would be like a crazy drop, like a lore drop or something like that. You know what I mean? I cannot even think about what it could be. I can't. What could it be? Because, like, Scopper would be huge. Scopper would be insane. But I feel like this is so crazy. Like, I can't even... Actually, I thought of a way. I think the one way... Oh my god. Imagine if Scopper is revealed next week. Scopper's revealed next week, right? And then Scopper says something like, "We've been waiting for you," or something like that. How crazy would that be if Scopper's like, "We've been waiting for you for so long," or "I'm so excited to meet you," or something like anything. It's like they knew about the sun god, because they did know about the sun god. Bro. Oh my god. It's going to be so awesome. Elbaf is fantastic. How many chapters have we been here? Like 10? Have we even been here for 10 chapters? Hold on. One Piece Elbaf. Yo, I'm really glad I did not look up Elbaf. The first thing in Google is Elbaf mural. That's crazy. Elbaf arc. We've been here for 12 chapters, right? I can already say without a doubt this is one of, like, at least top 15 arcs in the series. Of these 12 chapters. We've had so many crazy reveals. We've had emotional moments that have been extremely resonant. Super cool powers. Great lore drops. Like, there have been so many amazing things that have happened in this arc in so little time. And just super fun, like, world building, adventure-y stuff. Like, literally, there's so... It's going to be... This is going to be a very special year in One Piece. Very special year. Maybe Emu isn't the bad guy, and he's just holding off the bad guys. I mean, like I said, I think Emu is this thing in the center, this dragon, and this creature here could be a hybrid form Emu, but it could easily be Blackbeard using Emu's ability. It could easily be that, which would be cool. Either way, amazing chapter. Without a doubt, one of the best of the year. Like, this specific thing contender for panel of the year. Immediate contender panel of the year. Oh my god. Alright. Let's see. Alright, let's see where it is. Here. I'll set this up for later. Oh, I can. Alright, cool. We'll save that for later. Alright. By the way, Kev, Hidden is live for the first time in a while. Maybe raid him. Oh, we will definitely do that. We will definitely do that. I feel like he's going to be chefing it up. Yeah. No, this is an amazing chapter. Without a doubt. Like I said, this is what I feel like this is one of the most important chapters of One Piece we've ever gotten. This is so crazy. We literally stared at one page for like an hour. Like, that's how good this is. Yeah, no. So good. So good. Elbaf till 2027. Come on, guys. It'll be a great time. It will be a fantastic time. Peak chapter. He went over the whole mural. Well, if he's going to wrap up soon, maybe we'll redirect someone else. Let's see. Who else is live? Let's do... That's bizarre. Let's do then... Let's do Marth. Shouts to Marth. He just started. Perfect. Marth started like... I don't know. Minutes ago. That'll be good. We get to see him lose his mind, I assume. But yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. As I said, microphone goal. We're going to be doing this for every stream going forward until the microphone, because God, I do not want to have to blow dry a microphone on stream. That would be rough. I will say though, before I end it, I got my schedule for next week and I am off Friday, so I'm more likely than not going to be doing the 24-hour stream on Saturday. More likely than not. So I will be doing a stream sometime next week, possibly even over the weekend, talking about preparing for the 24-hour stream, a whole lot of stuff with the scheduling, stuff like that. So obviously stay tuned for that. Yeah. All right. Great chapter. One Piece somehow next week is going to happen once again. So we will be back next week as well. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed.